welcome back to Avnishville. Today, I'm going to be talking about exponents. Yay! I hope this will be a shorter video, so I'll try to get straight to the point. So now, what is exponents? In my last video, I talked about how about PEMDAS, and exponents is part of it, right? It's second in a command technically, if you think about it. So, what is exponents? Exponents is like this. I'll give you an example. Not really a number, but if you're here, you'll probably be used to more like this. Letters, variables. So x to the power of 2. Let's say that. Now that's an exponent. Right there. X to the power of 2 is an exponent. X to the power of 10 can be an exponent. But what is an exponent? Exponent is, okay, so let's get an actual example which we can solve. So, let's see, 3 to the power of 4. That's a little complicated, but bear with me. So 3 to the power of 4 is, some people, beginner's mistake, is they think that it should be 3 to the power of 3 times 4. I'll make it smaller. They think it's 3 times 4. But really, and 3 times 4 is actually 12. And that would be the wrong answer. What it really is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is a whole lot different than 3 times 4, right? So, this exponent right here, so this is a number, okay? And this is the exponent. So now, this exponent is what it's doing is saying how many times you have to multiply this by itself. So if it's x to the power of 2, it'll multiply x 2 times. X times x. If it's x to the power of 10, you write x times x. You have to do x times x 10 times. So like x times 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 x, which is a mouthful, but you know what I mean. So now what's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3? 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And 27 times 3 is 27 times 3. 21, 6, 81. So, 3 to the power of 4 equals 81. Now you know? So, what is this square, x squared? Let's just pick a number. What's 2 squared? What's 2 cubed? Well, 2 squared is just short for 2 to the power of 2. And 2 cubed is the short version of 2 to the power of 3. If you think about it, 2 is think of it as two-dimensional. Two-dimensional. Wow, that's a mouthful. So, 2D is two sides, two ways, right? Length and width, right? And 3-dimensional is length times width times height. So, yeah, that's when, and a cube is a 3-dimensional object, and a square is a 2-dimensional object. 2D, 3D. That's why for 2 it's saying 2 squared, and for 3, for the power of 3, it's 3. It's 2 to the 2 cubed, because cube is a 3-dimensional object. It kind of makes sense. I don't know if that's how it originated, but that's how I'm gonna take it. So now, let's do some practice problems. Because without practice, you don't know how to do it. Okay, so let's see. Let's do 4 to the power of 3. People might also think that's 4 times 3, which is also 12, but nope, it's not even close. Because 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 4 is 12. but this is not like that. So 4 times 3 is 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 times 4 is 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64, right? Yes, 64. So 4 times 3 is 64. Let's see, let's do a simpler problem. 2 squared equals 2 times 2. Well, in this one, you could think 2 times 2, and that would still be equal to what it is, which is 2 times 2. But what if it was 2 cubed? That would be not 2 times 2, it would be 2 times 2 times 2. Which would be a whole different answer. So let's do 2 times 2, and then let's do 2 cubed, okay? So 2 times 2, as we know, is 4. So 2 to the power of 2 squared, or 2 to the power of 2, is 4. Now, 2 to the power of 3, let's make this smaller, is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Now, these are some basic problems, because this is exponents part 1, maybe. I'll maybe make a new another one with more practice problems about harder ones. But for now, these are simpler ones, because this is a beginner's kind of thing, where you're starting to get into PEMDAS, you're starting to get into pre-algebra, algebra, and stuff like that. So you should learn this by at least 5th grade, or 4th or 5th. 4th or 5th. And if not, you're probably going to do it in 6th grade for sure, and definitely 7th grade. So, so it's maybe not algebra math, but still almost algebra math. Let's do some more practice problems. Okay. Sorry, I don't have a proper eraser right now. Okay, so let's do, you know what, I'll use the orange one. Okay, so let's do 5 to the power of 5. Again, it's not 5 times 5, because 5 times 5 would be 25. What we're doing right now is 5 getting multiplied by itself 5 times, because that's what the exponent is. So 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Yeah, that's 5 5s. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. 125. 5 times 125 is 10 to this fast, so not the best handwriting. 12 and 6. 625. And this is probably going to be in the thousands, definitely. 625 times 5. 5 times 5, 25. 2, 5 times 2, 10, 12, and 30, 31. So, 5 times 5. Even that looks simple, right? Well, when its answer is 3,125. So you can see that exponents can grow very quickly, because it's itself the amount of times the exponent itself is. Let's do one more problem. I'll try to make it a little bit simpler, because it's about to be over. So, 5? Well, actually, no. 4 cubed. Let's do 4 cubed. Actually, no, we already did that. Let's do 6 cubed. It's not easiest, but it's not super hard. It's definitely not as hard as 5 to the power of 5. 6 cubed should be easier. Should be. I don't know. 6 times 6 times 6. Again, it's not 6 times 3 because that'd be 18. It's 6 times 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And 36 times 6 is, let's see, 6 times 6 is 36, like we know. 6 times 3 is 18, 21, yeah. So, even though it looks super simple, since this number is big, and even though this number is kind of big, it's like half its size, but it's definitely bigger than squared, but that's 216. So yeah, I hope you learned something new today. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe as I really appreciate it. And please share because I'll get more views. But more importantly, more people can enjoy my videos. And also like this one, maybe learn something new if they don't know about it. So yeah, share this to someone that doesn't know about exponents if you know someone that doesn't. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!